What up YouTube, man? Resolve on the clock with a brand new video, and I just want to discuss a statement that is reiterated every single year. Now you hear a lot of Madden gamers say, man, it's the same game every year. What do people mean by this? Are they simply hating on an EA product, or is it actually a replica of last year's product? Now, overall, I believe it's not the same game. Hate it all you want to, but it is not the same game. There are new features such as wide receiver DB interactions, something that we've wanted for a while. Also, polished physics. You can't say the game is the same. But fundamentally, a lot of issues remain strong throughout the game. So when it comes to fundamental and legacy issues, you can argue that it is the same game. Here's my gripe, and I also have some footage to back this up. If you're going to insert a feature such as wide receiver DB interactions, there needs to be a lot of things, or there are things that actually tie into that. It needs to be even across the board. Let me explain what I'm talking about. So with these wide receiver DB interactions, you also need proper route running, proper catching mechanics, and there also needs to be proper QB throwing fundamentals. I'm going to show you an issue that should have been addressed a long time ago, but still haunts this franchise. I'm gonna let Joe Montana explain how proper throwing mechanics work.
Right now we're gonna talk about throwing the ball. Proper stance, proper arm position, proper off arm position, and proper weight distribution on your feet. What I like to do is I like to be about shoulder width with my feet, maybe a little bit under, a little slight bend to my knees, a comfortable bend. Don't want to be too deep. I want to just have a nice little break in my knees. Weight distribution on my feet, I like to have them about 70-30, with that 70 being on the inside of this foot. This foot can even be turned a little bit to help you get push off the back foot. But I like to be back here, because if I'm balanced with equal pressure, for me to throw the ball, I have to get back here to go forward again. And that's just a waste of time and can make some throws late as you get older. So we got a little bend, weight 70-30 here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna push off this, we're gonna take a nice, simple stride, open stride with your foot, but we're gonna use our legs to help propel our body forward. This hand, as we start here, is gonna push the ball back into the throwing position, just a guide, and it helps keep the ball in a proper position. As we start to step, this arm, off arm, is gonna pull down in through here. It's gonna help start that rotation of our body, not way up in here, because then we'll start sliding the ball this direction. And what we want to do is keep this thing as straight as possible. We want to take any variable about how we throw the ball along this plane out. We only want to work on an up and down plane. And to do that, you have to keep the arm in here tight, 90 degrees, and this arm will be in here tight, and that'll help generate some power going forward. So here we go, we're coming through, we're getting to here, we're leading to our target with our chest and our foot, and as our arm comes through, as we talked about, we're going to lead, we're going to push the ball with this back index finger, and thumb is coming down, rotating under with a nice high finish. Weight goes 90% onto my front leg, and the finish will be, and it'll come down and it'll end up in that opposite pocket. So real quickly, we're going to balance, get our weight to the back, we're going to transfer weight forward, pushing the ball back. Here comes my elbow down to help generate. Power coming through, chest leading forward. Out comes my release, nice high release, thumb down, follow through.
Now before you say, man, you just showed us one play, man, that happens from time to time. Well, I went into practice mode, placed the settings on All Pro, which are the default settings for online, and I ran this play 5 times. Now what we're looking for is completion percentage, off-target throws, and how much pressure actually matters. Let's look at the footage. Now, you just saw Peyton Manning complete 3 out of 5 passes like this. That is a 60% completion rate. How is that acceptable? Now, I understand that Madden 16 is an improved game, but let's be honest. We don't know how this game is going to play until we actually play it multiple times. Now, as far as we can see, there are things in the game that look better than last year. But there's so much polish being used. Another coat of polish on top of another coat of polish on top of a rusty, corroded foundation. Now, in the Madden 16 gameplay we've seen on YouTube, you've seen some of the same issues, along with the QB throwing dead-on accuracy off of his back foot. Did you see how Peyton Manning, his body was just out of control? Now, why isn't he penalized a whole lot more for doing that? It's just like the fadeaway shot in basketball. Not an impossible shot, but a low percentage shot. Definitely taught not to do that. But even then, you're shooting at a non-moving target. In football, you're trying to lead the receiver, and he's moving. It's a moving target. So, when it all comes down to it, what good are defensive concepts such as cover zero blitzing if you can run and jump off your back foot and have a great chance of completing the pass? Especially with the way in the past Madden, the defensive AI read and reacts, and the new Madden 16 catching mechanics. Who knows how it's going to turn out? So, is it the same game overall? No. What about fundamentally and the legacy and gameplay issues? In my opinion, most likely it will be the same. Tell me what you think, man. Do you not see the pattern that's going on with the Madden games over these years? Definitely not sitting here trying to bash. I'm just wondering, just like you are. It's your boy Resolve, man. I got mine. What's yours?